What is up guys, Vortex here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you a game between myself playing EX-3 D-Brigade and my opponent playing D-Brigade base with Blackwall Greymon. I've been really enjoying the new D-Brigade support, so if you want to see a deck profile, please do like, favourite and subscribe to the channel, and as soon as that video comes out you'll be notified. But anyways, back to this game. I get to go first, which means I get a lot more aggression going on, but I don't get the first attack on the first attack, unfortunately. So it's always good to have, get your board set up here, but unfortunately, it doesn't really mean that much. But because my opponent has a Commandramon that hit into an Izzy, which is very unfortunate, but it's still another board on, a guy on the field threatening more attacks next turn, and so. My plan for this turn is to go swing into the Commandramon here, because they're both 1k, and then see what we get off our searches. So for me, I get a Commandramon and my opponent doesn't get anything. As you can see, he's playing that unique version, playing in the Blackwall Greymon stuff. And so as I've cleared the level, the free cost one, I play Iron Fisted Onslaught to get rid of the other two. It kind of sucks to be playing it for that, for like giving them that much memory, especially in a rushed archetype deck, but it ends up not mattering because just having the control is way more better in this situation. So now I'm in pretty much full control. However, I'm a bit worried that the level 6 Blackwall Grey could cause me some problems later on, but I decide to swing, and then I keep the blocker up just due to the fact that I want to be able to block the Commandramon swinging, and as you can see, I was able to block it there. And again, he misses on a Commandramon. Really unfortunate, because it would have helped him with his tempo swing. Maybe not the last turn, but the this turn especially, just due to the fact that I'm not going to be able to get rid of one guy. But he has to pass his turn by playing the Black Memory Boost. Interesting choice. I think he just wants it to also search for the other cards in his deck. He gets free security, and then no interruptions there, and then I go for Grumblemon. I believe it is Grumblemon for game. And so we go on to game 2, and I believe my opponent will be starting here. Gets the Pagumon Egg, probably the best one, and he clearly doesn't have a good turn here, unfortunately, because he ends up playing the hero. D-Brigade's most important turn is turn 1, so hard playing this and not have any rookies is very unfortunate. But my start is actually pretty insane. I get to play the Sealsdramon in Raising, a Commandramon 2 cost, and then I also get to play the Higurumon cycling the deck. Yeah, and my opponent decides to go into the Black Memory Boost. He gets, I believe, a lot of memory there because he goes to 3 anyways, and then passes me with 3, I believe, or 1, I think, I'm not too sure. I then play the Kazu, so I can get some cycle going, swing with the Higuru, use the Kazu effect to draw and then discard a card. Ended up discarding the Chikurimon. I swing at security again with Sealsdramon, and it reveals, I think, Dark Gaia Force, which deletes an opponent's Digimon, I believe. So I get to delete my Commandramon. I thought he would go for the Sealsdramon here, but I guess he just doesn't want another swing to go through. And so I hard play the blocker. Obviously, I'm gonna block it. Obviously, the Commandramon, and he gets a Commandramon finally, which is good. He then digivolves into the Tankmon, just a cheap level 4 to go into. Also 6k, which is actually not that bad for a cheap level 4 for sure. He still has access to that Black Memory Boost if he wants to continue pushing, but I think he's just going to end up going into the Metal Greymon here. I'm not too sure how I feel about this play. I feel like he could have potentially delayed it to push further, but in this situation he decides against it. So swing a security, gets a Zwart defeat, swing and gets another Dark Gaia Force, I believe it is. So I get to cycle, and then I'll use the Pagumon effect to reveal top 1. It was a Commandramon, and so I'm just going to play the Izzy Azumi, or go to 0 if everything's black, which of course it is, so I go to 0. And he's going to go to 3 memory, or potentially 5, so Doesn't really matter how much memory I give him because he's going to have pretty much all the answers that he needs. And so I made a misplay here. Probably wasn't a good idea to go into the Commandramon here, but that's what I decided to do. He gets to delete my Izzy. He does have a red source, but I don't have 2 cost. So he swings into the Black War, gets to unsuspend, goes through both of these guys, swings the Commandramon dies, and it doesn't hit. And not like missing 3 hits is very unfortunate here. He swings with his Zwart Defeat, goes through another security there, and so he's just considering what he wants to do to basically end his turn. And he goes into the level 5, which means I pretty much have game here. I swing with the Commandramon, it's nothing, and then I go Grumblemon for game.